Hello everyone, my name is Alberto and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I wanted to show you what to do with a bunch of old jeans basically. I did some Marie Kondo and got rid of a lot that either didn't fit anymore or there was something wrong with them. So I decided to try and sort of put them together in order to make a new one, if it makes sense, because the fabric is still good. So it would be quite a waste. So what I decided to try first is to sort of cut part and join them together quite deliberately. I didn't really have a plan. Took apart obviously all the belts and the different parts of the jeans. And when I joined these first two, I really liked the result. I think it looks pretty cool. So I decided to go with that. Basically sort of try and do this kind of checkered pattern but a bit offset. So I had others, but in the end I didn't use them. I only used 3, which I mean is still getting rid of 3 old jeans, but in order to get something useful. So since I was very pleased with the top part, I continued the same pattern for the rest of the leg, and this is just a very simple join where I overlocked in the back and top stitched in the front, which is a pretty easy seam to do. So in this case I started cutting the rest of the leg and basically decide where to join them again in order to sort of offset the pattern. So first I'm cutting the leg horizontally, so I have different sections basically of the same length of front and back, because I did end up doing the same exact thing in the back, sort of to have a very, symmetrical thing, just so it's not too chaotic and random. So as you can see, first I marked sort of a random spot, didn't measure again, it was just to do it. So I marked a spot and divided the leg horizontally, and I'm cutting them all at the same time, so I keep the top part of the leg as a reference in order to have same pieces, because the jeans were all different brands and different lengths. So the bottom edge was sort of random. From then on, I just start deciding how to distribute the different parts and where to join them. So I have an external seam to use. The internal seam on one of the 2 pairs of jeans was very slim. It's very slim down basically, so I decided to sort of straighten it, just to have more of a straight leg. And then I marked the inside and outside seam in order to cut them, so to get my pieces like so. Obviously cut the same. The extra you see there is basically the seam allowance from the inside seam that's going to be absorbed there. So first I joined them with a straight stitch, and then I just overlock the edges to get a clean edge that's not going to fray. And then with the straight stitch machine, I'm just going to top stitch right on the edge, and also I use the foot of the machine as a reference, but also inside. But it's probably like a 1/4 of an inch maybe. When that is done, I join them horizontally in the same exact way, and I added also the 3rd part of the leg, let's say. now I did the same exact thing in the back. I had to take off the pockets on one of the pair of jeans because they were exactly where I wanted to cut. And I decided to reattach them, but I wasn't really sure in what order or if to do 2 different pockets on each side or what. I ended up going for 2 blue ones, let's say, at the top, and to still use the black ones and just attach them underneath, because I thought that was what gave me the best balance overall and the best look. So the way you take them apart is pretty easy. If they have a stud, you have to sort of use pliers to take them off, but usually once you basically unstitch the little barrettes at the top of the pocket, which give it a lot of strength in that spot, the rest you can just basically rip off, because it's denim, it's not going to damage it. And then you just pluck the extra thread you see everywhere and give it a good press, and then you're good to go. So yeah, decided to attach them like so, and then I just added the black ones underneath. At first I wanted to overlap them, but then I sort of decided to just find them a place like so where they're a bit more symmetrical. Once that's done, the back and the front are both completed. Oh, sorry, never mind. I forgot to add the end. There we go. Now, since with the vertical seams I lost a bit of size, I decided to add these 2 strips. I started with these sort of very wide strips, but then I got a very, very huge leg, which I didn't like. So in the end, I slimmed them down through the central seam, because since that basically is side seam from the 3rd pair of jeans, I had the possibility to use this side seam just sort of to choose the size, but that way at least you also have a full waist and a full pair of pants to just try on, to then adjust the side as you prefer. And again, that's attached the same exact way, so attached with a regular seam, overlock the edges, and then I top stitch them again, sort of in favor of the black and white parts, the parts I added. So for this way, because I thought that was gonna look best. So then I closed the inside leg, and that one is just overlocked the 2 individual seams, and then just a straight stitch so that you can then iron them open, and they have a little bit less bulkiness, because in the inside leg it's slightly more comfortable that way, I feel. Then it's time to even out the bottom of the legs. As you can see, there's so many different lengths in there, which we don't need. So just mark it, cut it, and then you can finish it and hem it the way you prefer. In my case, I didn't have that much extra at the bottom, so I just decided to do overlock at the edge and then top stitch them in order to get a sort of denim-y effect. And as you can see, I slimmed down the side part quite a lot, but I am happy with how they look, and in the end I think it turned out pretty good. I attached a waistband from one of the pair of jeans, and I just attached the outside seam first, and then sort of flipped them and top stitched on the end, on the edge, and just attached all the other bits like so. And this is the final result. I am very, very happy with it. There's obviously still some threads to cut and needs a cleanup and a good press. There's some rippling and puckering. That's also because of tension of the different parts of the jeans. But since they are old jeans and they have been worn, with a good machine wash, they're gonna stabilize and it's all gonna go away in the end, so that's not a problem. But yeah. I'm really, really pleased with the final result. I hope you liked it as well. Let me know in the comments what you think and if you have ideas. Really happy to know if you did something like this, maybe in order to recycle your clothes. And please like and subscribe, it's a great help for me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!